Hey guys, you're watching One and Only. My name is AJ. Welcome back to another episode, the second episode of Let's Build a Cruise Ship. Episode 1 was spent getting the size, the length, the width of the ship. I think we've got a really nice shape. We've got the helipad at the front. Today I want to work a little bit more on the skeleton. I want to work out a little bit more of like the main area of the ship where all the bedrooms and the catering and the parties, you always get big parties on cruise ships, dance floors, things like that. And I think what we want to do is we want to have a little bit of room behind the helipad. Oh, by the way, there is something that we can do with this helipad to make it look a little bit more helipad-ish. I'm gonna it's such a terrible word, but helipad-ish. Just very quickly here, I can grab this, do 11, and oops, snow, oops, undo, no, not like that at all. Hollow cylinder, snow block, I think I need, yeah, and then do it at 9 as well, maybe 8, undo, 8, then we just get like a couple of rings that go around the outside, then fill those in around all 4. I think I might make some yellow ones. I even saw I never seen this before, but I was looking at more cruise ships. I saw one that was green. Never in my life have I seen a green one. But it didn't look terribly bad in a weird way. I was quite surprised. I thought when I saw a green one, I was like, ew. But I don't think I'm going to do it green because we're going to have green tennis courts and stuff on the top. So yeah, either green tennis courts or like clay tennis courts out of like an orange clay or red sand or something like that. Okay, I think that looks pretty cool. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, so we want to come a little bit back from this before we actually start the cabin of it, or whatever you'd call it. Probably I'm gonna say around there. A little bit back. There. I'm going to say there. I guess. And what we're going to do is we're going to sort of come out like this. I'm going to count how many I do as well in a minute. Like this. We're about halfway across now. Nearly. So, it's 1 singles 2 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sets of 2. Okay, 6 sets of 2 to make sure that I get this perfectly in line. I'm gonna drag myself back here because if you get this wrong, it really does mess you up a little bit, doesn't it? Oops. Dirt, just so it stands out. See, I was 1 off. There we go. So we want to have this like this, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we went to sections of 3. Now how many of those did I have? 1, 2 sections of 3, 1 section of 4. Yeah, 2 sections of 3, so that's going to be 1, 2, and then 1 section of 4. And then this should be in line with the other side. Which it is. Wonderful. Okay, so that's going to be where it starts to angle up. Like a windscreen of a car, almost. So we can grab this and take this away now. We don't want that. Doop. Okay, beautiful. So how exactly are we going to bring this up and in? If you're doing it by hand, you'll probably have to just place the blocks. I'm going to try and speed this up for YouTube, for YouTube's sake, so you guys don't have to end up spending hours and hours watching this. But what we're going to do is, we're going to fall, apparently. I'm going to go right here. No, I'm going to go right here. I'm going to copy it. And I'm going to paste it as a test first. Beautiful. Okay, so we're dead on top of each other, and I probably want to now come over this side And again. Whoops, I fell. Nearly fell. And again. So we're starting to get this sort of windscreen. Now, as you can see, it's very square. It's very blocky, very square. We can change that up afterwards, add some blocks here and there to try and help us out a little bit. But for the moment, looking at my cruise ship pictures here, I'm basically taking all sort of different parts of cruise ships and putting them all into one, making the ultimate cruise, not the ultimate cruise ship, not at all, but like taking inspiration from all types of cruise ships to get something that looks pretty cool. Now what we need to do is we need to back off every so often and make sure that we've got sort of a right diameter, a right height. At the moment, I'm thinking that we're a little bit short. We might need to make this boat longer. But yeah, we want to make sure that we're going up high enough, that we're not doing it too small. Let's talk about these 5 windows that we have in the middle here. We have one center window. Is that the middle? That's the middle. Is that the middle? It looks a little bit... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I didn't think that. Now this is a bad sign, because this part is an odd number and it goes to an even number, which I can only imagine means that our sides are out. See, that says that's the middle. Either our sides are out or this is out, because that should be the middle there. But this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blocks, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks. Something is definitely out. I'm hoping it's just this. That 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sets of 2, 2 sets of 3, 1 set of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sets of 2, 2 sets of 3, 1 set of 4. That means that the side of our boat is out, and it might be to do with this. It looks like I'm 1 block out, because I went dead straight there. Dirt. I'm 1 block out. That's not a terrible thing, though. That's not like a huge catastrophic failure. No, I can't do that. How am I gonna fix this? That would be in line there. I need to count through. Let me solve this problem. I'll tell you what it is when I find it, okay? I have found the problem. You see where this is like dead diagonal? I was 1 block out. I needed to do that. That's all it was, which then means that that is like that, and then we just make this 1 block on the opposite diagonals here. I'm pretty sure I remember saying as well, oh, I'm great at counting the numbers. I shouldn't have a problem with this. Oops, we are seriously weirded up here. This has to be down here. That's the width that we need it to be. Take this out. And then it comes in for 3. And then in for another 3. Oh, maybe I went the wrong way. Oh no, and then 2. 2 sets of 3. Yeah, okay, we've got it. We're there. We've figured it out. Oh, thank you. Okay, we can fix this real easily, actually. I'm trying to think of like the way that we could solve this in a way that also helps me do that middle section as well. If I do this and I go right to the middle here, I should be able to drag the whole lot out by 1 block. If we pillar ourselves up here. Whoops, I want to pillar. There we go, old school pillar. Get a decent amount of height. I think we're about there. Cut. Oh, no, undo. I need to get my block there first. There we go. Cut. Come over it. And in a block. Paste. There we go. So I've now added the extra block in the middle that we needed. Ooh, I fell in water. I didn't even see that. I've moved all of that side over one, dragged all of that over, then we just need to fill that middle bit in. That's why I love World Edit, because if it wasn't doing that, I would have had to have spent hours fixing that problem, moving it all out by one. Well, not hours, a few minutes at least. Moving it all out by one before I could continue on recording. Like this, I could just smoothly transition in. Okay, beautiful. So, windows. Back to the windows. I want to have one window start, I think, on this level. Let's say 3 blocks high by... That's 5 blocks. Let's say 5 blocks. 2 blocks in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 2 blocks in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that doesn't quite go as far around as I wanted it to go. So let's refill this in again. Did I get that one? Nope. Refill this in back. And make the window a smidge larger. We want to have that one and that one. That would be a 7. That would be 9. Let's try 9 with 3 blocks in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Perfect. That lines up really, really well. So we do that on this side as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've done that on the other side as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3 blocks high. And I think we'll use... I'm thinking about using blue stained clay, strangely enough. I'm not a huge fan of stained glass, as you'll know. If you've watched any of my videos, I never use it. I don't like it. But on a build this big, it could look really nice in the water. It would look... I'm hoping that it would look like the sort of reflection of the water in the surrounding area reflecting on the windows. Something like that. That could look pretty cool. Oops. People also asked in the comment section of the last episode, AJ, will you be doing the interior? It all depends on if you guys are enjoying the videos. If you are enjoying the series by the time we get to the interiors, then sure, I have no problem doing the interiors. If you guys think that you don't want to see the interior, and you've had enough, and you want us to move on to something else, then we should leave it as an exterior project only. Totally up to you. So I'm going to actually grab the 2 sections, because we're going up in 2s anyway. And copy. Paste. And we want to go up maybe another couple. There's another set of those windows that I want to put in above here. So we definitely wanted to just add those. I think I want to have like 3 blocks between it, which would be 1, 2, 3, which means it would then start here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 by 3 blocks high. See, this is all... This, at the moment, I think we've got a pretty good strategy of just using what parts of the boat we have to work out what parts of the boat need to go next. See, that's starting to look really cool. Above that, I want to have a sort of wider section. So I'm going to pillar up by a couple and then actually come out by like 3 blocks. And I'm going to go here with paste to get this sort of overhang section. Then we can fill this in with some snow. So from below, it all looks like one piece. All the way along. Now, if you guys are doing this by hand, God bless you. But also, if you're doing it by hand, remember that these little circles that we're doing are all exactly the same size and shape. They don't get wider as they go up. They don't get thinner as they go up. They don't warp. They're all exactly the same. Just copying and pasting them. So as soon as you memorize the pattern, you'll be able to so easily do it. So easily do it. Oops. So something like that. Now from below, as you can see, we get this sort of lip above, and I really, really like that design. We want a lot, because it's such a flat-shaped and flat-sided build, you want to have these little bits that come in and out to give it that flair. Above this, I actually wanted to come out a little bit more using the same shape, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up another 2 blocks, because we need to go up 2 blocks. That would be dead on top. And I don't want that. I want to go up another 2 blocks. I wanted to do a test, paste it here. It's a little bit, it's 1 block out, which is what I wanted. But I'm thinking 2 blocks out would be better. So I'm going to, where do I need to paste this? Do I need to paste it on? Yeah, I need to do it there. Undo. Oh. It got rid of that block. What? Why did it get rid of that block? 2. Yeah, I'm going to say there. Now, no, what I want to have is I want to have 1 layer. I want one glass block there, 1 glass block there. So I want to come down at least a couple of blocks. Let's try it here. Perfect. Exactly what we want. Okay, take that away. And I might as well put this in there. Let's give it a go with the blue stained clay. Light blue stained clay, not the dark stuff. And I want to have... Oh no, I'm not. I'm 1 block out. Undo. Ooh, I thought I was going to fall. Paste. I was 1 block out. There we go. So what we want to do is have basically like a ring like this that goes around the bottom. Why is glass smash sound so loud? Glass place sound so quiet. Glass break so loud. Busting my ears. Okay, we'll go along here. Let's just do it to halfway for the minute, about there. And then we want to do the top half like this. This is where the captain... It's captain of the ship, isn't it? This is where the captain of the ship would be. He gets a nice sort of, I don't know, 180, 240 degree view. I don't know, 180, about 180 degree view, isn't it? Of the front and all the sides and stuff like that. So, boom! That goes in there like that. I think the blue stained glass is going to work really well. Oh, get comfy. I think the white, normal glass, I think would look a little bit too weird because of the white around it. Because it's such a white boat, and then like normal glass has this sort of white outline that sort of goes around it. Let's just do a quick test here. I think it would look too glary. Yeah, see how that looks a little bit too glary, a little too in your face? I think I prefer the blue stained clay, and then it looks, again, it looks like reflection. When you look through it, you sort of still see out of it, but it looks like sort of the water's reflecting on it. I think it looks pretty posh as well. Okay, beautiful. So we know the window's got to go in there. We know that's got to go in there. We also have another windscreen on top of this that also angles back. So we want to come up here. There. Yeah. Ooh, let me get on top. Paste. Do I want to come back any more before I do the next one? No. The next, we would have a windscreen in at this level. So I'm going to come up another 2 blocks and 2, 3 block high windscreen, or 1, 2, 3 diagonally. Let's have a look. What? Let's go do it like towards the middle here. No, I need to do it on the end. We'd have 1, 2, 3. 3 blocks high. No, 4 blocks high. I want a really large sort of glass section. This would be like maybe a penthouse section or something like that. So let's go on here. Paste it like that. Then what we do is this section is going to be like oak planks, like a little tiny decking area. It's going to come back here a few blocks, then come up a couple before we paste here. See, that's like a little tiny decking area, maybe for the VIPs to be able to stand out on the front. I then want another windscreen in, which would be, let's do a different color so it stands out nicely. Another windscreen to go in here. I'm going to say 4 blocks high, like that one that was below, which means the next one is going to be here. Paste. It's the nice thing about having flat sides on the cruise ship is that you can do this sort of pattern and get away with it really easily. Okay, and then this is now the top. This is where the top of the cruise ship is going to be. We can now back off and see if the height of the ship is good for the length and how far off the water. Ooh, we've got a little bit of lag issue. We can now take that sort of height and see, is it long enough to accommodate for that height? Let's see that first. I think it's close. It's definitely not too long. It might be a tiny bit shy on length. It might need to be a little bit longer, or it might be about right. We shall see as we get further back. Now let's do the second part that we can now use this for, which is the height of this line, you know, the main sort of ring that we've got at the moment, off the water. Does it look too close to the water now that it's in there? Now that that's on top? And I think it does. I think it looks like it's sort of sinking a little bit. I think it's a little bit too low. It's very difficult to tell without having the white blocks going down it. So maybe let's put at least 1 or 2 lines in there first. Let's make a little bit of a section. In fact, we'll go from here, go underneath, and let's say pos 2. Fill that with snow blocks. If you just do snow, you get the slabs. Okay, so that's about sort of a nice chunk of side. It's decision time, you see. I have the ability to just cut and paste to move it up, but I don't want to do that later on when then if you guys are copying at home, you'd have to do the same if you wanted to get it the same. I'm looking on the picture, and I truly think we're a little bit too low. I think I want to move the whole thing up, because what we're going to do is in the middle of the ship, I can see some lifeboats. And that drops down. I'm going to carve out like a little section here, like a miniature ship. It would come down, I'm going to say maybe 4 or 5 blocks as it carves down. Okay, and the lifeboat would sort of fit in between there lengthways, so it's just like a small cross section. Basically, it's just me thinking at the moment. Then we'd have some like iron bars or something going across, maybe a little bit deeper as well, because this is actually where the boat has to be. Yeah, that's about right. With some iron bars going across it. We then need some windows. And these are like peephole windows. So these will literally be black wool or maybe black stained clay or black glass or something like that. But these are like some cheaper peepholes. They might even be 2 blocks high. They might not be quite that close. They might be 2 blocks between each other. They might be 3 blocks between each other. That doesn't really matter yet. They might be 2 by 2. Who knows? But it's just about working out the height at the moment. And then we need a load of white underneath it. So I would say that we need to go up. The whole thing needs to go up by 5, 7 blocks. I'm going to say 7 blocks. Let me move this entire thing up by 7 blocks and I shall be back. That was so nerve-wracking, right? I made a mistake. I cut to obviously take it away. But it took a little while. I've got a pretty beastly computer, but check this out. 1,097,250 blocks. Over 1,000,000 blocks in that area that I had to copy, including air blocks, obviously. But you have to cut the air ones in the first place. So I had to literally copy over 1,000,000 blocks, and then go up 7 blocks and paste. But what I had done is I cut, and it didn't do anything. But I didn't realise it was just taking a little while to do it. Literally about 4 or 5 seconds. But usually when you cut, it just disappears. But the boat stayed, so I decided to cut again. However, by cutting twice, what I'd done is I'd cut the boat out, and then the second time I'd literally cut air. So now my 1,000,000 block section was just all air. So when I went up and pasted, nothing happened. And I was like, oh no, I've lost the ship. So if anything like that happens, do not log out of your world. If you log out of your world, the command that you have gets forgotten. So I had to just do undo a couple of times to get the boat back and then start again. Did panic me for a little bit there, but we're now 7 blocks higher than we were before. You can see that's where the helipad used to be. That was the block under the middle section of the helipad. We've now gone up 7 blocks. And I think now it looks a lot better. I think it looks a lot higher of where we'd sort of want it to be. Again, now let's do another test to make sure that we've got it about right. We want to have a nice section of water, or a nice section of paneling first. Make sure we're above. Let's go down here for now. Pos 2. And it should be somewhere around here. Set to snow block. Beautiful. Now the lifeboat height is going to be a few blocks down. We want to have enough room to actually be able to fit a lifeboat in sideways. So that boat there is like 4 or 5 blocks high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would be around right. I might do like one more to make sure for sure that we have enough room. Like that, yeah. Maybe one more. Maybe one more. No, I think that's a little bit too low now. I'm going to come up a block. Maybe 2 blocks. No, I'm going to come up a couple of blocks. I'm going to do it up here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks down from the surface. Then we have iron bars go along there. And then we have a little bit of room. I'm going to say 3 blocks between before we have some little peepee holes. Let's try a 2 by 2 peepee hole every 2 blocks. To make sure that looks decent. And then we have white underneath it. This is where all the safety stuff for the areas of water that need to fill up before it sinks and stuff. And then at the bottom here, this would be a colour. From there to... Why can I not select that block underwater? Can I not select blocks underwater? Really? Is that so? Pos 2. I did not know that. Set wool red. Yeah, and basically that line is like the bow line, I think they call it, or something like that. Basically, if the water goes above that red height, you're sinking. If it goes below that height, and the water is like let's say the red line is up here and the water's down here, that means you're sort of too up high and you have a higher chance of toppling over. So to combat that, they actually fill the inside of the boat. They actually let water into the boat in order to weigh the boat down and let it sink, and that way it doesn't quite topple as easy in wind and rain and waves and stuff like that. Okay, I think that's pretty good. We can start to see like a height. This will curve in a little bit on the side, just very slightly. Maybe the top is like here, but the bottom maybe 1, 2, maybe 3 blocks in to get a slight curve, but there's really not much. The front curves a lot and the back curves a lot, especially the very back. But that should be okay. Unfortunately, again, we are out of time for this episode. This is an awful lot of work progress being done. It's a lot of thinking. At this stage of any build, it requires an awful lot of thinking and working out. And like I said last episode, if you start right, you end right. And it's really, really going to help us out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. put these windows in. Yeah, if you get this wrong at the beginning, it's gonna really struggle. You're gonna really struggle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1. Ooh, not there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know. You can just line it up with the other one. Line it up with the one below. Why am I counting to make it difficult for myself? Yeah. Once we've got this sort of skeleton worked out, it should move pretty quickly from there. But until that happens, we're going to have to take it nice and slow. Otherwise, like you saw at the beginning of the episode, if you get something wrong, it can take a little while to get it back. Okay, but that looks pretty sick. They'll all be filled with glass. I like it. I like it. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you haven't already, then feel free to subscribe. We shall see you in the next episode.